Thank you, David. Happy birthday. And just thank you for the opportunity to share my excerpt of my manuscript with you. My name is Chyx, C-H-Y-X. My manuscript, the letter A, is a genre-nonconforming novel consisting of 7 interwoven stories about gender dysphoria, forbidden love, acceptance, as told by 3 generations of genre-nonconformists. The manuscript has been shortlisted and currently under consideration for the Jim Wong Emerging Writers Award, and a short story based on the first 2 chapters is published by Rebel Centauri Press in the US. So basically what I'm trying to say is there are people other than my mom who thinks that it's good. For those who were here for my reading in last October, I've read from you from the last of the 7 stories about Anya and Dafika, who happens to be really kick-ass Muay Thai fighters. So tonight, I'm going to read to you from my second story, which introduces Anya and Dafika's 2 mothers. And you'll find here Chirawan and Samantha when they were growing up in Thailand and Australia respectively. So starting off with Chirawan. My Paul said that at first, the only symptoms my maid felt were fatigue, night sweats, and abdominal discomfort, which he dismissed as annoying side effects of being pregnant with me. During routine pregnancy blood tests, doctors found abnormally low hemoglobin levels in my maid's blood. Follow-up tests confirmed her worst fears, acute leukemia while pregnant. I've never been as knowledgeable about the sciencey stuff as a woman who would, many years later, become my wife, but unfortunately, leukemia and chemotherapy were topics with which I've become intimately familiar. Unlike other cancers that classify under 4 stages depending on the tumor size and location, there are really only 2 classifications for leukemia: chronic or acute. Chronic steals hope, acute steals time and hope. Chemotherapy works by injecting drugs that kill cancerous cells inside the body. The problem is the drugs actually can't tell the difference between healthy cells and cancer cells. They target the fastest growing cells in the body, like the ones in the hair follicles, skin cells, cells that line the gastrointestinal tract, and of course the cancer cells. This is why chemotherapy often results in hair loss, rashes, and diarrhea. It's all about hoping the drugs can eliminate the cancer cells while leaving enough healthy cells so the patient doesn't die. The same desperate hope applies to the healthy cells of a baby in the womb of a pregnant mother undergoing chemotherapy. Apparently, I was a pretty good nut maid even before I was born. My Paul said that he was impressed by the quickness of my kicks and punches that showed up as popping contours in my maid's belly when she underwent chemotherapy. I survived the drug trials, my maid did. I was delivered from my maid's womb at 30 weeks. Once, I asked my Paul how my name came about. He told me that his word lost its color when my maid died, but when I wrapped my tiny fingers around his thumb, the colors returned. He wanted our father-daughter connection to last forever. In Thai, Chira means eternal, and Wan means color, so he named me Chirawan. I didn't know whether my Paul would have been as attentive to me had my maid lived. I loved my Paul. I never said that out loud, nor was it ever an explicit thought in my mind. That I loved my Paul was simply a fundamental truth, like the earth is round, the sun rises in the east, and Superman is a Kryptonian who identifies as a heterosexual human male. 3 things always came to mind when I thought about my Paul. 1, he had long fingers, 2, he had tiny ears, and 3, he was pretty good at Muay Thai. Have you ever tried peeling an egg with one hand without putting it down? My Paul dreamt of the most ridiculous games, and in all of them, he never went easy on me. He won the egg game because of his long fingers. But he also invented games that he knew I would win. Have you ever tried taking pistachio nuts out of their shells without breaking them, and seeing how many empty shells could fit on your ears like clip-on earrings? My Paul had minuscule ears with virtually no earlobes. As mightily as he tried, each ear would run out of real estate by the 4th shell. I love the pistachio game. So this is about Chirawan, who is one of the moms of Anya Dafika, who grew up in Thailand. I'm going to now introduce you to Samantha, who is the other mom who grew up in Australia. My name is Signals Cross Samantha. Actually, it's just Samantha. The adjective was added when my dad realized that I smelled emotions and so associated them with colors. For example, guilt smells like the color black. What does black smell like? Well, it's hard to describe it to someone who doesn't smell emotions. The closest I can think of would be the cherry-like aroma of ink. It wasn't until I was 11 that I realized other people didn't smell colors and emotions. It made me feel special. I did my year 6 primary school science project on synesthesia, the phenomena of sensory crossovers, such as tasting colors or feeling sounds. Like most people, my ears, nose, mouth, tongue, skin send signals to my brain, which then processes the signals to create an understanding of the world around me. But unlike most people, my brain processes this signal in multiple areas of my brain simultaneously. Research has shown that people with synesthesia tend to have better memory and higher intelligence. I had always wondered whether my synesthesia was a factor in helping me get top grades at school, especially in science. I love science. I knew more scientific facts than all of my classmates combined. That my dad was a science teacher at Haileybury College, one of Australia's most prestigious private schools probably held. Tuition at Haileybury was over $30,000 per year. My family wasn't wealthy, and my sis and I certainly would not have attended Haileybury if his faculty members' children had to pay tuition. I was never in my dad's class per the school's rules, but I knew he was a great science teacher. According to ratemyteachers.com and my non-scientific student body survey, I hypothesized that my dad's favorability rating among the students likely contributed to my popularity at school. I wish I could remember more about my dad, but my only memories of him were just snapshots of moments. I recall hearing him using proper scientific terms for everything, often to comedic effects, like referring to someone who cut him off the road as a copulating anus. Another thing I remember, when I was with him, my dad felt like the color blue. It's the sense of salt on skin after a day in the sun. I associate this color and sense with being awestruck. After my dad passed away from a heart attack, it will be a long time before I felt the color blue and the smell of salt on sun-kissed skin again. Thank you.